Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm Tom Booker, Senior Instructor, and this is our assertiveness lesson for this week. We're starting on a new section, Dealing with Blame, the Tools of the Crow. Now, farmers sometimes blame crows for destroying crops. Crows deserve some of this blame. They love to eat corn and some other crops. But crows don't deserve all the blame because they sometimes also eat bugs and other pests that harm many crops. Crows are among the smartest of all birds. They have strong memories and are good at learning from their experiences. The tools of the crow can help you to learn from experiences and deal with blame. One nice thing about being a human being is that you have the power to make choices about many parts of your life. You can't choose how tall you are, how fast you can run, whether you have to wear braces, whether you have a big nose or small toes. But you can choose to treat your body well by eating a healthy diet, getting exercise and rest, and not smoking or using drugs. And you can choose to respect yourself and others by being kind instead of mean, by being honest instead of stealing and cheating, and by putting your best effort into school. You have a wonderful power within you to make good decisions. Of course, sometimes you make bad choices. Everyone does. For example, you might choose not to study for a test and then do poorly on it. You might lose your temper and say mean things to a friend. You might choose to play catch too close to a neighbor's house and then break a window with the ball. You might choose to tell a lie about who did it. But even if you make a wrong choice, you still have another choice to make. This one is very important. You can choose how to deal with your decision. You can choose to say, it was someone else's fault. You can choose to act like it didn't happen. Or you can choose to take responsibility for your mistake. Taking responsibility for poor choices and mistakes means admitting to them, apologizing for them, and trying to make up for them. This is a big part of growing up. That's because every time you take responsibility for your mistakes, you grow up a little. You learn not to make the same mistake again, which makes you wiser and safer and happier. You think about why you made the mistake in the first place, which helps you learn more about yourself. You set a good example for other kids and earn their respect and friendship. You gain more trust and respect for yourself. Now, dealing with serious mistakes and repeated bad choices. If you make a really poor choice and do something like steal, take drugs, or start a fight, you can do serious harm to yourself or others. You can end up in trouble with your family, school, and the law. You can still choose to take responsibility for these choices. And more important, you can choose to stop making them. One of the worst mistakes of all is to keep making poor choices over and over again. If you get into the habit of making bad choices like these, you can make it harder for others to respect you, or for you to respect yourself. If you've made a serious mistake, or think you may be getting into a habit of making wrong choices, talk to an adult you trust. Ask the person to help you. If you don't know how to bring it up, you could say something like, "Dad, can I talk to you? There's something on my mind. I've been hanging out with these kids who steal. I don't feel good about it, and I want to change, but I don't know how." Remember, you can change. Taking responsibility for bad choices and mistakes is dealing with blame. If you do something wrong, you're likely to hear about it from somebody. You don't really need me to tell you that. Some people will correct you with kindness when you do something wrong, and others might yell at you in a mean, grouchy voice. It all depends on how the person is feeling and how big the mistake was. But it doesn't really matter how someone tells you. The important thing is how you react. The tools in this chapter are meant to help you learn to react to blame in a responsible way. Now, next week, next lesson, we'll be looking at the first of the tools of the crow, the mea culpa. We'll get into that together the next time we meet. Thank you very much for joining me today. And I look forward to getting together next time when we will talk about the mea culpa together.